Hello, good afternoon. How y'all doing? I want to just take a little time out because I really want to try to start doing this podcast thing. And my thing is I've been had this microphone for a long time, and I didn't know exactly what I want to talk about. And still don't know all the time, but I spoke with one of my sisters and I was talking about that. I was like, girl, I'm just brainstorming, trying to figure out what I want to talk about. I talk about health and wellness a lot. And I don't know if I want to just talk about that all the time. I don't. I like variety and things like that. So if y'all have any suggestions on some things that I could talk about on here, or we could talk about, because I will bring some people on, then we can definitely do so. But my sister, she was like, well, let's talk about some everyday things, some just different topics. Okay, I'm cool with that because I like variety. So one thing I did want to talk about, and this could be the very first start. I'm going to upgrade my microphone and all that later on. But for right now, it is what it is, y'all. So one thing I do want to talk about is this. This morning I got up and I was on social media as well. You know, I'm on here daily, all day, a lot of times. It just depends on what I'm doing. And there's this lady that I follow. Her name is T Will, and she has Thick Chick Fitness. Okay. I've been following her. When I say a long time, I mean for at least 10 years that I've been following her. And I identified with her because at that time, 10 years ago, I was a woman that sat at 350 pounds and going up at that time and had problems because I was diagnosed with diabetes, high blood pressure. I had neuropathy in my feet and everything. So I needed to do something health-wise before I let this diabetes get out of control and start causing heart problems, because my blood pressure was already, they go hand in hand. Blood pressure and diabetes go hand in hand. So they throw each other out. I had problems with that. So I was trying to educate myself on how I can make myself better. What can I do to get myself better? And moving around, eating better and stuff were the first things that was on the list. Okay. Because it's type 2 that I deal with. So that means that I more or less ate myself to that. Okay. I was at 350 pounds, morbidly obese. Huge. Now, when I was online, I think I may have looked up some things of women, different women's groups and stuff like that for women who was trying to lose weight and stuff. And her page pops up. And I was like, okay, here's a woman that's big like me. I don't know how much she weigh. I never asked her. She never said, as far as I know. But I see a woman that's a plus size woman like me. And she's moving. She's getting around. She's doing things. I need to see these exercises that she's doing. Not only was she doing these exercises, but they were some exercises that are modified. And she still does the modified exercises. So if I had problems, I had a knee problem at that time and still do from time to time. But I hadn't moved, exercise, or in anything. Okay. She started out with a treadmill. That's why you seen the old boy back there in the back. I was on that. That's my treadmill I started out with. And I started watching T Will. That's that same treadmill. Okay. She had a treadmill. I got a treadmill. She had the hula hoop. I had the hula hoop. Everything that she did, I did, because she actually went to school, got licensed for what she does. And so with her, I just ate the meat and spit out the bones. I did notice that over time, okay, she didn't lose a lot of weight, just on, up and down. She lost some and gained some, and it was just back and forth. That's just what weight does. But I didn't sit there and judge her on it because of the simple fact I don't know T Will's medical history and all that type of stuff. That is not my business. It's not my ministry. My thing is to get the information. Okay. It was kind of like the bus driver back in the day. We had this bus driver when I stayed in St. Petersburg, Florida. Most of us know this bus driver, and he tell you when he come pick you up, he said, get on, sit down, and shut up. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Get the information, do something with the information, and just shut up. Anything else that doesn't pertain to what's helping you in your life, just shut up. Okay? Because there was a post, and I say all that to say this. There was a post that came in directly a few minutes after she made that post. She had T Will put up a post, so she was doing those modified jumping jacks. For some reason, I can't do jumping jacks to save my mama's life, but she has modified jumping jacks, so you can still get it in. That's what I like about T Will. Now, this particular woman gets on, and I'm going to post her post next to this video. And she says, am I the only one confused? But I've been watching you for 2 years, and you're the same size you was. Long story short, because I can't speak it word for word verbatim, but long story short, I've been watching you for 2 years and you haven't lost any weight. You're the same size you was when you first started. Your videos are cool, but how do we know that your exercises are going to benefit us, that they work? More or less, okay? Her exact words will be on the other side of this video or in the comments. And then she goes on, part 2 of this is she goes on to say, how is she motivating you guys? Okay. First of all, T Will, it is true. Looking at this lady's comment, it is true. T Will's weight has not been a major transformation after all these years. Have not. I don't know her medical history. I don't know what's causing her weight not to do what it does. But I know what she teaches works. Why you know that? Because the results are not just looking at her, but her results is this. The people. The people that she's teaching are eating the meat and spitting out the bones, meaning they're taking what that she's putting out, the information that she's giving them, and and we're using that information and we're getting results from it. T Will started out, just a little bit of background from what I saw of her. I don't know her personally. I just watch her. Okay. T Will started out in what looked like could have been her garage or something like that, and she had a backdrop back there, her headphones, and her treadmill, hula hoop, or whatever she was doing, her chair exercises in that garage. Now T Will has a storefront business. People come in and are motivated by T Will, and they come into her business for her workouts, for her exercise regimens, her modified things and stuff. And that is the proof of, do your exercises work? People are paying to come to her business to do these exercises and workouts. People are paying for this service. So something about whatever T Will does work. Now, to look at the other end of the question, to look at the other end of the question, why would you post something like that on her page when you know people on there are being motivated by her, and you see this? Because you asked the question, how is she motivating you guys? So that means you know that she is, because you asked the question, how? Why put that on her page knowing that she's helping other people? If you're not getting the motivation from her, cut off your notification bell. Pass her page. Don't come on her page. But don't stop other people from getting their blessing for dealing with her. Because had I seen that post 10 years ago when I was looking for someone that looks like me that could help me get more active and move around more, if I seen that post, I've been watching you for 2 years and you haven't lost a pound, I would have went right past her page and not got my blessing. You understand? And not got my blessing. That question or that comment could have been something that she could have inboxed her with, or ask her personally behind the scenes, versus putting that on her page, deterring other people from coming. You see that her business is growing for health and wellness and things like that. Why would you put something like that on her page? And who and what are you trying to do? What was your reasoning for doing this? Why? What are you trying to accomplish? Who sent you? Like, why? Sometimes you, just because you have a mouth, a tongue, teeth and lips and a voice, it doesn't necessarily that you have to say everything. Sometimes you have to use a little bit of common sense, a little bit of wisdom with things and stuff like that. If she's not helping you, stay off her page. If you feel like, and I looked at this lady's profile, and she's not an obese woman at all. I don't know where if she used to be big and got small, or what her situation is, but some things just ain't supposed to be said. Just because you have the freedom to say what you want to, some stuff just don't need to be said. Just get on, sit down, and shut up. That's how I feel sometimes. Just get on, sit down, and shut up. If you can, if her content can't help you in any way, share it and let somebody else get the information. Let somebody else get the help, because she's helping people in all races, all ages, all sizes. Whether her weight changes, goes up, go down, or whatever it does, the information that she's putting out is actually helping people to be more mobile, to get better, to get healthier. There is a husband and wife team that I watch, they close to 60 years old, older husband and wife team that I've been watching. They take the detox. They were selling Total Life Changes, detox teas and stuff like that as well. But you also see them doing the exact same workout form as T Will. And guess what happened? They are or have lost weight. They are healthier. Y'all probably have seen them as well. The wife sits in a chair, a folding chair, and the husband does all the exercises, the jumping jacks and all that stuff next to her. And she does the modified ones because I think she has a knee ailment and something else. But T Will has shown them, have given them the keys to say, okay, this is the regular jumping jacks. These are the ones that you can do modified if you have problems. Okay. And they are doing these exercises and they're working, and they haven't done any surgeries or anything like that, or taking pills and nothing. This husband and wife been doing this for years as well. I've been watching them as well. And they've been doing the same exact exercises consistently every day that T Will teaches in her class. Every day. So if you know that this woman is helping people regardless of her size and whether she lost weight or not, let her be great. Let her be great. And try to use some of that same energy that you used when you got on her page to be negative, to be positive. Be positive. You know, the way you can tell that her methods work is to look at the fruit she bears. Look at the results. And another thing I do want to say is this. Her question was not all the way wrong, because I also learned through my journey that if you have a business or if you have products, Janet Reese is another one. I mention her a lot of times in my messages, Janet Reese. And I've learned from her is that if you're going to have a product, if you're going to have something that you're selling for weight loss, people want to see that you were once big and got small using this product. They want to see some results. That just is what it is. There's nothing wrong with wanting to say, okay, if you say this worked, how did it work for you? I don't just want to see pictures of other people that you don't know, these people that other people that have taken, because I don't know what you taken. Like on my page, okay, you're going to see me fly down my page all the time. I am my own poster child. I'm my own poster child, because I feel like this. you got to be a product of the product, especially when you are selling products, or you have a business that claims to do certain things. You have to show people that it actually does. Okay, so you have to be a product of the product. If you're selling a product or have a business that claims to help people do XYZ. So her question wasn't all the way off the wall, but it just could have been said in a different way, or to the actual person, or asked about from the actual person, versus putting that on her page and deterring others. And one thing I do like about it is that whoever watches her page, or I don't know if T Will did it herself, she immediately got it off her page so people wouldn't see that negativity and keep going. The same thing will happen to you if you get on my page and I'm working out and I'm doing something and stuff like that on my page, and you get on my page with negativity, you'll be off my page so fast you won't even know that you were missing. Okay? Because what I won't allow is negativity in my space, or where people who follow me have to look at such stuff. Okay. Now, so her question wasn't all the way wrong. I think it was just worded wrong and handled wrong. In my opinion. Okay. That's just me. You may feel different. Okay, but in my opinion, my page, my podcast, I'm telling you, from the way I see it, it was wrong. And I feel like the same energy that you use to be negative on someone else's page, that you have said out of your own mouth, is helping others, motivating others. You should have used that same energies to push the share button, to share it out to others, especially when you said yourself that is motivating someone else. Get on, sit down, and shut up. Okay? Now, I've learned a lot going back to being a product of the product. That part of her question, like, how do we know? And I told you it's through the people that she trained. But when you have a product as well, people want to see results and stuff. And the results for her is the people that she trained. I don't know what else she got going on. And for me, like I said, I'm going to be my own poster child, because yes, when you're in a business or something like that, you do have people that have lost a lot of weight using the same products that you use and stuff like that. And then and another thing, you don't know what these people are doing in the background as well, because some people will be real pissed off about it, especially when you're trying to be on a weight loss journey. And I encountered a lot of people like that. And thank God T Will shows up as her own personal self, whether it be big T Will or bigger T Will or smaller T Will. Same with me. I'm gonna show up as me. And she does what she does. Her workouts and stuff like that. I do my workouts, my walks. I don't do a whole bunch of workout, but I post my walks. I post whatever it is I'm doing, whatever I'm eating, whatever I'm drinking, whatever it is that's helping me along the way. It has been people, and you all know it, that it's in health and wellness, that get on this app and say, I'm taking this detox tea and it's helping me lose all of my weight and blah, blah. Knowing that you were dumb enough to post that 6 months ago, a year ago, that you actually had surgery. Or you actually are taking the shot. That you're actually doing these other things. If you are, say that. Be honest. One thing I like about T Will is she has never got on here and said, oh, I'm this, and that, and not tell you the truth or not show you the truth. If she's eating certain ways, she eating certain ways. If she working out, she working out. That's T Will. And that's what you're going to say about me. If Felicia gained weight, Felicia going to tell you, girl, I put on something this week. I'm fluctuating this week. This week looking ugly. Okay, I'm not finna get on here and knowing that I had to sleep, which I have thought about. And I've told y'all that in several videos. I had thought about that over the years. God knows I made my appointment twice. No, when you sitting at 350, baby, you are desperate. You trying to do whatever you got to do to get off of it, especially when your health is declining. Okay, I thought about that. I thought about gastric bypass. I thought about the sleeve. I thought about the shots. I thought about all of that. But I think what helped me out a lot, at one point I had my doctor at that time had told me, oh, I think you should have a sleep, and was like pushing for me to do that, because that was the thing that was helping people get healthy. I don't have nothing against none of it. The pill, the shot, the sleeve, the whatever. I don't have nothing against none of that that's helping you get healthy. I promise you that. The detox, I don't have nothing against none of it. Just get healthy so you can live your life. That's why I stand on all that. I just got scared. The only reason why I didn't have get the surgery and all that, because I was scared. I was scared, and plus I had already started. By the time I had thought about doing that, I was feeling defeated, because I was getting to the point where it takes me forever to lose weight. And I was like, oh, people just really having the surgery and they just losing weight just so fast, and it's just over with. But I had already started my natural journey, and I was just like, oh, you know what? I put in so much time and so much effort. Let me see what I can do. And I started enjoying my journey and started learning more things, not only about me, but about diabetes type 2, and about my blood pressure and how the body works and the things that you should do. I started learning a lot about myself. And so I continued to do it that way. And that was by choice. That was the choice that I made, to do it that way. My job pays for a majority of the bill if I wanted to have the surgery. Okay. My job will pay 100% if I wanted to have the shot, which is a lot of people. They have to still pay $25 and $0 if I wanted to have the shot. So I have the options. The options are there, and there are easier options for me, but I just chose to do it the way that I do it. You know, when I get to my goal, it's because of the hard work that I put in, and that's just the way that I chose to do it. Not that if you have the surgery, or if you take the shot, or if you take anything else, that it's not hard work, because baby, it is. The same thing that I'm doing now naturally is the same thing that everybody that has the shot or take the surgery or however they lost the weight gonna have to keep it off, doing the same thing I'm doing now naturally. It's work. I don't care what key you use to turn the lock. It's work to get that door open and not go back to being big again. Because you got to learn healthier habits. You got to change your mindset. You got to have healthier relationships with food. It's okay. And people are like, I want to go ahead and have a surgery so I can go ahead and get small. But if you don't have those healthier relationships with food and stuff, you're going to be big as a house, and you're going to get bigger than you was before. Boom. So I don't shoot my shot at people that take different methods than I did to lose weight, because it's all work. It's all work. Whether you take, it don't matter what route you take. At the end of the day, it's all going to come back down to doing exactly what I'm doing today. Eating better, moving your body, learning about what it is, changing your whole mindset and lifestyle. It all boils down to that. It's just a different route to do it. The only reason why I didn't get on different medications, or didn't do the sleeve and the surgery and stuff, the only reason why is because I'm scared. I'm afraid. I had to actually start making plans and payments one time I was supposed to have the very first time I think I was supposed to have the sleeve done in December a few years ago before COVID. Then I was supposed to have had it done, I think last year or the year before. Last year, June, I want to say June or July, somewhere around there. I was supposed to have had the thing done then, last year or the year before one. That's twice. I was getting ready to have this done and got scared. And it was like, no. Then one of the doctors told me, and I asked a lot of why questions. I told y'all that. And one of the doctors told me, said that they believe that I can do it myself. Don't do it. I believe you can do it yourself. And I'll be dog. I'm doing it myself. Has this been a long journey? Yes, it is. Will it be lifetime? Yes, it is. It's a lifelong journey. And I'm happy. I'm with it. I'm okay with it. Okay, I'm okay with it, and I'm proud of myself. And I'm proud of the people who like Janet Reese and Kendra Walker and my doctors and my nurse practitioner and T. Will and different ones that my father that talked to me about all these people gave me little nuggets that I was able to use to help form the person that I am today. They help cultivate the mindset that I have today. And I want to say thank you to all of those people. And just kind of be mindful sometimes that the things that we say to people and on their platforms, be careful of what you say, especially when it's something of health and wellness. It don't even matter really, just the stuff that you say to people sometimes. And that we're not perfect. We're not perfect people. I say things sometimes, and God knows I tell people all the time, girl, if I ever said anything to you that kind of throwed you a little bit and like hurt your feeling, please say something to me, because I didn't mean it. I'm telling you now, I didn't mean it. And sometimes people say I come off that way, and do I mean it? Nope. I don't, and I am so woman enough to say I'm sorry till it ain't funny. I say I'm sorry so fast. I have had people tell me some stuff sometimes that was so insane, but the fact that is that was their that's the way they took it, and that's how they felt about it. Even though I know I wasn't wrong about nothing I said at that time, I just apologize and hope that it helped you heal. It didn't kill me to say that. Even though what you said to me didn't make no sense whatsoever, I still apologize. If that helps you grow, and if that helps you do better in life, that makes you feel better and not me causing you pain, I'll say I'm sorry. I'm sorry, baby. And go right on about my business and hope that you feel better. Sometimes we have to use that same energy that we're using to cut people down to lift them up, And, her question wasn't always all the way wrong. It wasn't. It was just the way and how you do it. It's not, something like they used to say all the time. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it, and things like that. And I know these days and time, this is 2025. People have normalized being nasty to other people. People have normalized that. Even there's I'll talk about that in the next one. I don't know. Should I? Yeah. But for right now, I'm going to close this one out because I don't want my podcast stuff to be more than 30 minutes. So I'm going to close this one out. Now, you tell me your thoughts. Is this something that you would like to hear, different things like that from me? But I got another subject that I'm bringing out next, and I'm closing in on my 30-minute mark for my first piece of a podcast. Y'all let me know if you enjoyed it. See y'all in a few. Bye.